Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this Wakelet webinar. Amy from the Wakelet team here. Happy to be with you all and some very special guests who are going to be sharing how to use Wakelet in your classroom and building a collaborative classroom in Wakelet. There's so many wonderful ways you can collaborate with your peers, with students, with fellow teachers and your learning communities within Wakelet. So we have Lois and Alex here to show you how and to give you a few ideas of how to do that. Before we do get started, just wanted a few shout outs, say hello to a few. Hosein in the chat. Hi, Hosein, Mohammed. Love to know whereabouts in the world you are as well. Marit there is from Finland. So wonderful to see you. I am actually based in Manchester in the UK. So it's lovely to see you all jumping on in the chat from around the world. Lots of familiar names in here. Lydia there from Croatia. Hi, Lydia. But yeah, let us know who you are and where you're joining us from as well, because we love to see it. And this chat, of course, is a great opportunity for you to connect and share ideas in the chat as well as we are going through this webinar. Share your ideas, share your thoughts, and get involved. There's going to be a few opportunities where you can share your ideas as well. So please do get involved in those. Before we do get started as well, just to remind you, this will be available on our YouTube channel straight after the session. So if for whatever reason you need to jump off, you'll be able to catch up on the session straight after or jump back into it. That's absolutely fine. We will also share out a form for you to fill out at the end. Hossein, you've beaten me to it. A form that you can fill out and you'll get a certificate of attendance along with all of the different resources that we will share. And the recording as well. So if you want to share that out with your teachers as well, you'll have that all ready to share out with you within an hour or so after the session. So you can keep an eye out for that link, which I'll share towards the end of the session. So keep an eye out for that as well. But yes, we've got a really exciting session planned for you today. So I'm going to bring on our wonderful speakers, Lois, Alston and Alex Isaacs. How are you both?
Great, Amy. How are you doing? Thank you for having us.
Yes, very well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, thank you so much for joining. I know a few of you in the chat may have jumped on webinars with you both before, and they'll know that you guys are fantastic with Wakelet and with collaboration as well. So I know they're in for a great session as well. And I'm going to be jumping into the chat. If anyone has questions as we go through, please do pop it in the chat. Stormy's just joined us there, and Obed. Hi, Stormy. Hi, Obed. Great to see you there. But yes, please do keep that chat going and ask any questions that you have. We'll be jumping in. But I'll hand over to you guys just to kick off and give a little bit of an introduction for those of us who are new.
Thanks so much, Amy. Lois, you want to get started?
Sure, absolutely. Welcome, everybody. My name is Lois Alston. I am an educational technology coach in the Long Branch School District in the U.S. in New Jersey. And this is actually my 7th year in this role where I help serve pre-K to 12th grade in our district of 10 schools and work with teachers, students, and administrators. And prior to being a tech coach, I was a middle school and a 5th grade math teacher. And I've been using Wakelet for the last few years. And as a Wakelet trainer, I'm just very passionate about this platform and all that it can do for every grade level and for anybody that is looking just to curate and to create anything and share out, whether it's portfolios or any type of resources.
And I'm Alex Isaacs. I'm an educational technology coach in Long Branch Public Schools District, just like Lois, my partner. I'm a former middle school math teacher. Those classroom communities that I built with my students in the past, my multilingual learners, all my friends, those are the memories that I look back on most fondly, the things that I miss the most about being in the classroom with my students. But just really excited today to kind of be able to introduce a collection that Lois and I collaborated on that's going to allow everybody in attendance to really share their thoughts about collaborative practices in the classroom. And I did see Hossein drop in the chat, how am I feeling? Just to everybody out there, I'm fighting something all week. I'm probably on about 4 hours sleep. I told Amy this backstage. you should be tuning in today just to see what I might say today. You never do quite know. So still very excited to be here, ready to go, and just excited to share how Wakelet can transform your school and classroom into just a very collaborative, harmonious community.
Awesome. So I've just popped up your collection there. We will be sharing this out in the chat as well. But yeah, over to you guys.
Okay.
All right. So just first off, before we get into kind of some of the collections that we curated for this session today, in the right 3 columns, you have 3 prompts that we would love for you to respond to. I believe Amy is going to be dropping the add link in the chat, so you'll all be able to collaborate with us in real time, sharing your different experiences with regard to collaboration in the classroom. So we hope that you have some collections handy that allowed you to have that collaborative environment in your class. And we'd love to hear your thoughts as we're going along in this session. So we have our Twitter profiles. Lois and I have our collaborative one. We're Lolex EdTechs. We finally did it and created that account. We're excited to kind of promote that along with both of our individual accounts. And then we're going to kind of get started with this collaborative collections that we curated for you. And Lois and I are kind of just going to go back and forth. And we hope you can at least take one of these ideas away to use in your own practice. So Pi Day is coming up for all my math teachers out there, maths teachers, either way you call it. This is a new collection that Lois and I collaborated on. So in addition to the aspect of Wakelet that you can collaborate within collections, you can also collaborate within spaces. So Lois and I created this together. This is under our co-space. And what we have for you is really all of the different information, the materials ready to go for you. And we're excited to also share this with the world in the fact that this is going to be added to the Wakelet Lessons profile. So we're always proud to submit work to that profile so that it can be shared with the world on a greater scale. And we have so many different ideas that are going to allow your students to collaborate, not only with each other, but also get you to involve families at home. So we have some app smashing ideas. We have some hands-on type of activities that are going to allow you to take photos of your students as they're celebrating Pi Day. We have some different writing themed activities relating to Pi Day. You can, I know Amy's listened to this. You can hear me speaking in a British accent, not a great one, but decent enough. And then have a GimKit trivia Pi Day kit to complete with your students and have a great time. We have some Google options, but we also wanted to share that at the bottom, we added in some recipes where we don't want to just keep it within a classroom or a school. Let's collaborate with the families. Let's get our community to be even grander scale. And we love the idea of kind of offering these different pie recipes where parents and teachers can then cook for students and have that brought in on this special day. So be on the lookout for this with the Wakelet Lessons profile. If you teach maths or celebrate International Pi Day, we hope you'll give this a look and use it in your own class.
All right. So for this second one that we'd like to share with all of you, last June, Alex and I had the great opportunity to be at ISTE 23, and we actually presented with Adobe Express how users and educators can use Adobe Express to really amplify their class. And Adobe Express is one of the app smashing apps that you can have in Wakelet. And so we were creating a Wakelet collection last year of our PLN friends and other workers from Adobe that had created basically a template that we had put together that was remixable. And so Wakelet, again, is a great resource and a platform to use in order to curate all the amazing creations that were created. And so we created a mood board right here where everyone was able to add and collaborate their creations using our Wakelet. And so as you can see, using a mood board, I love when you're having so many different images. It's a great way to showcase all in one area. And what's nice is that you can actually add different types of like text that you want to have to explain further if you want to. So in this case here, the images really spoke for itself.
Yeah, we're very appreciative of everybody, and a few Wakelet trainers on this list of graphics. So very excited to see them and very appreciative. This is another very new collection that we have. Not a very drawn out description on this one. Lois and I create monthly hubs on Wakelet. That's our exclusive, platform curation, material curation tool, probably the one I use the most. And we wanted to make a one-stop shop for all the professional learning opportunities that we have based on the platforms that are used most in our district. So it's a very simple idea, but one that I feel might really simplify things for our colleagues in Long Branch Public Schools. So we have our EdTech webpage available if people want to reach out to us, but then we took each of the different tools that we've purchased in the district, and we created this columns layout collection that's going to allow them to have all the different certifications in one space. So, we always believe that nurturing that professional learning, giving teachers the opportunity to learn more about the platforms will build buy-in. It'll allow them to want to do more with these platforms. So we just really wanted to kind of drill down what are the platforms most used, and then offer this up to them. So we're also taking recommendations if teachers wanted to add a different platform in as well. If they felt it would benefit the school community, we would do that as well. But this was just a very simple Wakelet collection that we created recently that allowed us to collaborate while bringing in the different professional learning opportunities in our district. So this one we're excited to share with our district, and we're going to be pushing it out at an even greater level moving ahead in the months to come.
All right. So for the next one, I would have to say this is probably one of my favorite collaborative collections using Wakelet with Alex. So Alex and I we're tech coaches here together in the Long Branch School District. And every month we do put together a Wakelet collection, and we actually create 4 different collections every month. We have an elementary, we have a middle, and we have a high school level based on what fits their needs and what they're doing and using in their buildings. So what we do is we take all the 3 collections for each level, and then we make another collection that basically has everything all housed in one spot. So this is something that we take a lot of pride in. We spend quite a few weeks each month putting these together. And as you can see right here, we celebrate teachers every month of being tech-tastic teachers, of using tech in a great way in the classroom. And so this is our way to celebrate teachers. And then we also have, for each of the columns, we take what we are showing and providing for all the teachers for each level, and then we have it in a column view right here for the elementary and then middle school and high school. And as you can see here, we do different tech updates, different tech tips that we share with teachers, also different activities for that month that teachers can take and use with their students. So as you can see, we have this column layout, but when we share out each one in particular, so the elementary and the middle and high separately, we actually end up doing the media stream to share out. And so this is a great collaborative space that Alex and I use. And then as a result, we're able to share our collection out to the whole district. So that way they're able to take from it and learn each month. So this is, Wakelet has been our avenue, and again, our major platform to use to share out all these wonderful resources for our teachers.
And I'd be remiss if we didn't talk about collaboration with, the idea of choice and having students be able to represent their knowledge, their understanding themselves in a way that's comfortable for them. One of the biggest things about Wakelet is, as you can see here, as I showed before, I can show a different grade level. We have Canva graphics built right in that are embeds that we can also add an emote QR code for people to scan and get more context as to why they earned this award. So it just really allows people who are skilled in different tech tools to just collaborate in one space. So we just love that aspect as well. And I wanted to make sure I mentioned that too. Awesome. This is actually one of the fairly newer Wakelet ambassadors. She's a colleague of ours, Amy Zambrano. She presented at Wakelet Community Week last week, probably the most unique session where she led like a live yoga session with Tisha. I was very impressed. I thought it was very fun and relaxing at the same time. She's been using Wakelet. She's a big app smasher. We're very proud, Lois and I, of how much she does to really, be forward thinking with different tools. And Wakelet has really become one of her main hubs for sharing the really stellar work by students in our district. So Amy, myself, and Lois kind of collaborated on the idea of Canva's one-word challenge from previous years. We tried to bring it back. We gave students the opportunity to not just be kind of, pigeonholed into purely doing a graphic with Canva. We had them have the ability to add in emote messages or Microsoft Flip videos. So these are just the very unique, different one-word challenge designs by our students at Long Branch Public Schools. So she usually does some type of monthly theme with her weekly wellness sessions, where she's kind of zooming in to all of the different elementary classrooms in the district. And, just looking at these responses, seeing Moat, Microsoft Flip, Wakelet, Canva all come together in one space. I just really do appreciate all that she does to, promote collaboration and community within our district. So I wanted to make sure to give her a real shout out, and we wanted to share her collection with the world as well. So shout out to Amy Zambrano. We're very proud of you. And we look forward to continuing to collaborating with you on Wakelet. We're having a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing what else you can do.
So we've been showing a few collections where we have brought our district together, brought our PLN community together. This collection in particular is a way to bring a class together. So last year I worked with a friend of mine that is a 5th grade teacher at the Amerigo Anastasia School in Long Branch. And together we worked to create this Wakelet collection. She is part of the sustainability platform at our district, where she's basically working with students to show them and work with them how they can be more sustainable and talking about more efficient energy. So she had put together this design challenge last year, and she's doing it again this year. It's a wind power vehicle design challenge. And so what was great about this is that students were able to create their own wind power vehicle. They picked out all the different materials that they wanted. Once they created their vehicles, then she actually had a contest in the classroom where she kind of made it on the floor, a little roadmap. And so they were able to see whose car went the fastest. So what was nice about this collection, you will see that there's images of each student with the vehicle that they created, but they app smash with Moat. And so using the Moat, they actually shared not only the name of the vehicle that they gave it, but they also shared and explained how well their vehicle worked. And they talked about where if it didn't work as well as what they had expected, they actually explained in the Moat message what they could have done differently. So having the image along with the Moat message, I thought was a great idea. And this was one of the things that Miss Barra and I came up together, and the students actually were able to respond in the Moat message, and then they would upload their own Moat message because we gave them the share link to this Wakelet collection. So having students involved in collaborating into a collection is really great because it allows students to kind of take more ownership, and they also get excited because they know that more people are going to be seeing what they are sharing out. So
loving some of the names of these vehicles, like the Lightning Slasher. I mean,
yes.
that sounds like it's going to move pretty fast, I got to say.
And she's going to be doing it again this year as well. So she actually showed this same collection that we had created to her current students in order to get them excited about their vehicles that they're going to be creating. And they know that they're going to also be creating a Wakelet collection to share out. So I'm looking forward to sharing the new collection this year once it is completed.
And one thing that I'll add on to this collection, it brings me back to being a teacher. And I think one of the biggest transformations that took place in my class was once I started putting their work on display in Wakelet collections, curating their work, sharing it with their classmates, where their agency, their pride in work really kind of skyrocketed. So I would encourage anybody watching, if you take this one thing away, start curating any type of digital or even physical, where you take a screenshot and you bring it into Wakelet. Collaborate in the way of having your students get the add link and have them be able to add things into a collaborative collection. But the agency, pride in work, and that self-regulation, digital gallery walks, it's just so much more possible as a result of creating these types of collections on Wakelet. Now, this collection to me is probably the most meaningful one that I've ever created. The event that I was a part of is probably the most memorable one, and one that I look back on with such fond memories, where I'll never forget the anxiety that led into it. I'll never forget the joy and the editing process of videos and everything else. But this collection that I was a part of creating and collaborating on at Red Bank Borough Public Schools, at Red Bank Middle School, is one that I am always ecstatic to share with others. I mean, We were lucky enough to be invited by Mary Alice Curran to be a part of the DigSit Summit. And we took up that opportunity with gusto. And I couldn't think of any better way to present to the world the types of amazing things our students were doing at that time at Red Bank Middle School than with a Wakelet collection. And full disclosure, this collection I had probably created about 2 years ago. It has been fully updated and brought to a new level with all of the different things that I've learned on the platform since. So, leftmost column, it's a bit of a slow burn, but if you want to watch my alter ego, Detective Scassi, make it rain Wakelet stickers on children, you can do that. You'll also see when we were able to present at the DigSit Summit, where we were presenting to people in Kenya and Scotland, and it's just something that I'll never forget. And then we also have it where if you would want to do this in your class, we gave you the ISTE standards. I gave you a full project outline. So I just really feel like collaboration doesn't have to be limited, again, by four walls of school or even a district. It can be worldwide where, we were collaborating with classrooms from around the world on this project. And what would make me most happy would be for people from around the world taking this collection, using the different resources that were curated, the different app smash challenges that are involved and integrated into this, using the examples that my students added in, the great work by my students. These are the types of things that will be memorable for your kids. We celebrated at the end of all of this with a pizza party. It was wonderful. And, when that school year ended, the thing that kids came up to me the most, it was talking about this project. So this is one that I'm always passionate about. I hope I didn't go too long on this one, but this one really stands out to me as the one that it was memorable. Wakelet allowed it to be facilitated in a very, aesthetically pleasing way. And this is one of those things that I miss most about being in the classroom. So I'm very proud to share this. Being informed in the digital age, we were the informed pillar, and I couldn't be more proud of Mike on this project.
And Alex, I'm so proud of you on that collection in particular, because I know how hard firsthand that you worked in creating this collection and how much you did with your students and your whole school. This one is a special one, and I'm so happy that you are sharing this one.
Well, I appreciate it so much. And I also have to give a quick shout out to Ashley Navalani at Red Bank Middle School, who was always one of my main collaborators over there on any type of project that she was interested in, which were many of them. So I really appreciate her too.
So another one that we would like to share is, again, it's a district-wide one. This is for our Long Branch Public Schools celebrating Black History Month. This is actually from last school year that I'm sharing here, because what I really liked about this collection is that Alex and I, we had created the cover image, we created the collection, the background, but then we shared the link for everyone to add in all our schools in our district. So what was great about this is that this really brought our district together to celebrate Black History Month. And as you can see here, we have recordings from different performances. We have different teachers that had tweeted out and on X, and then they were able to upload their tweets right here into the collection. Some of the schools on their bulletin boards out in the hallway, they had created bulletin boards to celebrate Black History Month, took pictures of this, and then uploaded again. As you can see with this on the media stream, on the mood board stream, you can see that teachers were able to add titles and more of a description about their bulletin board. So what's also really good about this is that it brings the community together in our district, because kids and teachers can't travel from one building to the other. So this was a great way to get a sneak peek at what's happening in the other schools, and to be able to also learn by taking a look through the different tweets as well as the different photos. So this type of collection, I really do encourage, if you are in a district where you are not able to maybe collaborate all the time, this is a great way to use Wakelet to be able to showcase and to collaborate with one another.
And it's also great to have the different schools seeing what they're doing. I think that was another great idea for this one, Lois. And I really like this one. And I think that it really kind of shows how we celebrated Black History Month. And we're going to have to go bigger and better on the next one, maybe next year. That's what we got to do.
And then real quick, Alex, one of the things that we're doing right now with some of the schools is for Read Across America. So that's another collection that I have created with schools, especially with the elementary schools, is the Read Across America, where we do have a collection. And again, with our 3 elementary schools, they're able to share what they're doing and how they're celebrating. And again, it's a great way to bring 3 schools together that normally would not know what is happening outside of their own school.
This is also a newer collection that I collaborated on with the science team, Kristen Maiello in my school district. We wanted to offer the elementary and middle schools opportunities to, and even the high school, I'm sorry, it's all grade levels, the opportunity to have climate change activities, resources available in one space. And as always, I'm going with a Wakelet collection in order to curate and present those types of materials. So we actually had the opportunity to create and bring in book nooks that were purely climate change literature. So I couldn't think of a better way to kind of offer different resources and activities than in a Wakelet collection. So I'm always promoting Moat as well. It integrates into Wakelet. We have a welcome message with Moat on the left side. And then I was offering the different websites that we utilize in the district or others that they might want to explore in order to learn more about climate change. So I'm always, and Lois as well, we're always trying to provide and front load those resources and instructions in the leftmost column if we're doing a column layout, and then kind of bring in the activities on the right side. So for us, we had some book creator aspects on environmental literacy. And we also have Seesaw opportunities for students as well. We really like Adobe for Education, Adobe Express. So we offered some different type of Kickstarter activities or different public service announcement video tasks. We added in vocabulary. We just wanted teachers to not have to be running anywhere to have to find resources. We created a Canva template, Nearpod lessons that are available, everything in one space, everything clear, everything able to be accessible. And it's just another individual that I've collaborated with in order to create a collection to share with others. So this is one that is available in our website in the district, and all of our teachers have access to both those books and then these activities that go along with those. And this was actually one of the first collections, if not the first, that I created as far as a district-wide type of collection when I managed to get this educational technology job at Long Branch Public Schools. So this is one I'm very proud of as well.
Okay, and the last one that we'd like to share with you, Alex and I had the opportunity to collaborate with the university that's close by. So Monmouth University, which is basically neighbors to our district, they had reached out to us. Dr. Trainer, who works for our district and also works for Monmouth University, they wanted something to help the college students at their level at the university with SEL. So social emotional learning has become a big proponent, not only in our school district, but also in different universities and other schools around us. So in order to help the college level students with anything that they're going through, and just to kind of give them a platform that they can have anything at their fingertips to help them out with relaxation, with studying, to give them an area to help them with their social emotional needs. So Alex and I had put together this collection that we had shared when we met with them. As you can see here, there's different YouTube resources to help them out. Again, whether it's music, TED Talks, we also have different resources, again, that they can go to, as well as our SEL virtual classroom. And as you can see right here, Canva is such a great platform that embeds right into Wakelet, whereas Alex just clicked on the enlargement, students are able to go right into our Canva classroom by just clicking on that. And then we have messages in order to give them some inspiration and an idea that teachers can also use. So this here, again, we share this collection that they're going to be using with their students at the university. So we're very proud of this one because, again, we're looking at it where you can use Wakelet in any avenue. And whether it's at your elementary, middle, or high, going to the university, collaborating with different professors at the university, the options are endless. And there's just so much that you can do and use with this platform. And so we're very happy with this one in particular.
And this was the college that I attended. So, it's near and dear to my heart. It was exciting to be able to collaborate with Dr. Trainer, who's a fellow Wakelet user. So this was a fun one to do along with Lois on our collaborative space. And I don't know at this point, Amy, I feel like we threw a lot of collections at everybody out there. I don't know if the eyes can take on any more of the colors and shapes and gradients that we're throwing at them.
We love a gradient. We love a gradient.
We love our Wakelet on-brand gradients, Amy, as Wakelet trainers. But before we get into the prompts, we can refresh in a moment. We did just want to share that Lois and I did create a Wakelet Jigsaw project template that you can all take and grab and go and use in your class. We feel like Wakelet is such an excellent platform to do a jigsaw project. So we did a lot of text-based stuff just to kind of keep it as simple as possible. No gradients other than the cover image here, Amy. But we do have what a jigsaw project is for anybody who needs that reference. And we have some really great ideas for you to use within this column layout. So we hope that people will take this, make a copy of it, use it in their own class. And we wanted to make sure to give everybody, in addition to the sample ideas, we wanted to give them an actual template to take away to use in their class as well.
Awesome. Thank you both so much. I've just shared out that collaborative collection again.
Okay.
So you'll see that there are those prompts in there. So we'll check back in that in just a second.
Sure.
But yeah, please do join that collection. Leave your thoughts, ideas. There's been lots of awesome ideas shared by Lois and Alex there, but we'd love to see some of yours as well. So use that collaborative collection to pop those in. But yeah, some amazing, all very amazing examples there. The one thing I really love about you both in your collections is that you really do kind of harness that power of app smashing and kind of showcasing the different tools that one could be added with Wakelet, but kind of encouraging others to experiment and use other tools. I think it was you, Alex, who was saying that, you have educators who use different tools, so there's going to be an option for them. There's going to be a way that they can contribute to it, which is really great. One thing I'd love to know is does it help or does it encourage, do you think, your students or your fellow educators, teachers, to use other tools? Maybe if they see another tool being used they haven't tried out yet, is it something that you see them being encouraged to do?
I would say one of the things that with us working with Amy Zambrano, our wellness coach, because she has been app smashing with different platforms, she works every Wednesday. She does an SEL on Wednesday mornings, and basically every class in all 3 elementary schools hop on to her Zoom call. And so right now for March, she has like a March Wellness Madness challenge that's going on. And so Book Creator is one of them. And so different platforms like Canva and Book Creator that she is putting into the Wakelet collection, they're able to access that, let's say, remixable book from Book Creator, and now they're able to remix it. But then she's having them take that Book Creator link, work with their students, and then they're uploading it back into Wakelet. So Book Creator is one of the platforms that we use in the elementary schools. And so that has really kind of sparked more teachers to use with their students because she's been using it, and they are also able to see how easy and how great it looks once it's put into the Wakelet collection. So definitely Book Creator has been one of them, and absolutely with Canva has been the other.
Yeah, I mean, having, been on sort of a lot of webinars now and seeing kind of app smash, it introduces me to a lot more tools as well. I'll speak to an educator using another tool, but putting it in Wakelet, and it kind of opens my eyes to that. So I kind of thought that, yeah, that other teachers or other students may see a tool being used and think, okay, yeah, that's one that looks really great, and I want to try and use as well. So that's really cool that they're then using it themselves and kind of being intrigued enough to check it out for themselves as well.
Yeah, I would say Moat would be the other one too, because Moat looks so good in the Wakelet collection. Especially, we love Moat in the media stream because of how well and it's displayed and how it comes across.
Absolutely.
Yeah. One of the other things I love you guys sharing is, because it's such a simple concept, but it's so powerful in the way that you showcase student work, but also showcasing the work that's being done around your schools and districts. I think there's something really cool about them being able to access and see each other's what they've created, and being able to showcase what they've done and kind of create that connection in some respects that they can't be able to create because they can't get to wherever they are. So it's kind of that global aspect of it, even within a school or district as well. But I love the fact that your students kind of taking more pride in their work and showcasing their work that way as well. Like I said, I think that's really powerful. Tanya Gonzalez, shout out to her, one of the Wakelet ambassadors who has had her students kind of doing those digital portfolios. So it reminded me of that, and being able to kind of send them home to parents. Is it something your students and teachers are getting used to now, receiving a link and jumping into a Wakelet collection? Do they get excited to do so? What's kind of the reaction and to getting involved in those now?
Amy, I'll be honest. I don't know if everybody in the district really knows who I am. I've been here for probably about 9 months, Lois. So I like to think that when they see Alexander Isaacs, here's the EdTech Resource Hub for the month, I like to think that they're clicking on that gleefully and knowing exactly who I am. But we've gotten some great feedback with our resource hubs. Lois and I kind of have worked collaboratively even before Wakelet in the hybrid and remote learning phases of, when I was just a math teacher and she was first starting off as an ed tech. We were always trying to develop the best way to present materials to our teachers. And I was always trying to collab with her on figuring out the best idea. We did Canva before. We did individual collections for the month. But then we just really said, you know what, we want to personalize this for each of our grade levels. We're going to create 3 a month. That's okay. We'll do that. We're going to then make it all into one hub. But it's just really been a great way of housing and now just kind of tweaking from year to year instead of having to start from scratch and, taking on suggestions and trying to incorporate that and bringing that all in. We really feel like we've kind of found our niche now as far as how to present our materials in our district. And I was talking to Lois recently, if I'm presenting somewhere or if I'm sharing material, it's Wakelet. It's really nothing else. So with all of its integrations and everything else, I'm just really happy that we've kind of really developed a system that allows a streamlined communication line to us. And we've been proud to present those every month. And I did see that Mel is in the chat. She joined in a little bit late. Mel, great to have you join us, even if it's a little bit late. We appreciate your support. But it's just, we only want to make our teachers feel the most prepared and ready to engage our students and make things accessible. And that's why we turn to this platform time after time.
And it looks pretty. I always love our monthly.
We got the memo. We got the memo on the blue-green kind of look today. It's all blue-green. Yeah. I don't know if people are going to be able to tolerate this, but yeah.
But our monthly hubs, Alex has been such a master at creating these cover images using his past Google Classrooms that he has had and then convert them over to Canva. But every month I'm always like, oh, this is so to me. And you open it up, I'm like, there's so much color and it just has a uniform of all the different colors and how we have everything laid out. So for me, I love Wakelet because not only is it a great way to house and resource everything that you want to share out, but you can make it look really pretty. And I feel like of all the different platforms to showcase, Wakelet really does allow it to look a certain way that you would want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite things as well. Yeah, I mean, I like it being aesthetically pleasing and I love a header. And yeah, with the Canva integration, it's a kind of guilty pleasure that I will admit I spend far too long on my cover images. But I think it's important. Like you said, it kind of conveys what you're putting across and you create that kind of brand. I love your guys' collections because I know that they're yours. Yes, it's a nod to our gradients and things like that. But yeah, I love the creativity that goes into them. And I can imagine your teachers love them too. And as you said, it's just trying to get that kind of message to them and find different ways of sharing those resources, but in a fun and engaging way for them as well. So yeah, keep the gradients, keep the waves, keep the blue green coming. I'm all for it.
No, we really appreciate it, Amy. All your kind words. Everybody in the chat, Mohammed, Hussein, everybody, we appreciate you. And, please take a look at that collaborative collection. Take some ideas away. Use them in your class. That's all we want to see as Wakelet trainers. We only want to buy into this platform, bring the Wakelet wave back to the fullest. And we were just excited to present. I guess it's about 2 years ago. The only person we're missing, Amy, is James. We did that podcast one, me, you, and Lois and James.
Yes.
And I guess that's about 2 years ago. I was in someone else's room I didn't even know at Red Bank. And now we're all here in Long Branch and back with you, Amy. It was just so much fun. I always enjoy the opportunity to speak at a Wakelet webinar.
Same here.
Yeah, we do love, I love the podcast days. Let's bring those back. But yeah, no, that was a lot of fun, and it's been awesome hearing from you both. The collaborative collection looks great. Just want to pick out a couple of the comments here. Just Andrea popping in there that she's planning to make a collection with her students that would showcase their success during a certain academic year. That would not only be academic success, but small successes such as helping a friend in need, starting a humanitarian action, creative ideas they may have, etc. Yeah, that sounds like such an amazing idea. And like Lois and Alex were sharing, once they're sharing those ideas and once they're showcasing them, and if you help them showcase that in a Wakelet collection, there's that certain pride, that's that certain onus of that, and they can kind of bounce ideas off of each other as well. So I think that's a really cool one. So you guys are inspiring others to do similar things as well.
Well, please reach out to us. Both Lois and I have our handles, underneath us. We are always willing to talk ideas, share collections, collaborate. So all you have to do is reach out to us. We'd be happy to help as Wakelet trainers and just ed tech specialists who are just to the utmost degree of passion about this profession.
And we love this community. Wakelet has such a great community. So we are happy to be here and so thankful. And thank you for everyone for all the nice comments. I'm looking over here on the side.
Yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Like I said, I'll keep that collection running along the background. I've just shared the form for you to receive your certificate of attendance as well. So if you fill out that form, we'll be able to share with you all of the wonderful collections that Lois and Alex shared just then. So you'll have those, including that template as well, and you'll have the collaborative collection to look through some of the cool comments in there as well. So yeah, please check that out, fill out that form, and then we'll make sure you get your certificate and all of those resources along with the recording as well. So if you do want to jump back, I'm sure you will, to check out those ideas, please do fill out that form and you'll be able to access all of that as well. But yeah, I'll pop that back for now. But just before we round up, a big thank you, of course, to Lois and Alex. Thank you for taking time out of your day to share with us all. I know I've taken away some great examples and ideas there. And it really just ignites the collaborative spirit. I love it. And that's why we wanted to do this webinar. So thank you both so much for sharing your ideas and for everything you both do as trainers in the community and beyond, of course. But yeah, any final sign off just before we jump off?
And just couldn't be more thrilled to have been able to present for Wakelet again. It's the platform we're both so passionate about, and it's opened up so many opportunities for both Lois and myself. So I just continue to be so appreciative to you, Amy, and the rest of the team for the different chances, and just talk about collaboration and community. It is a trickle down from you guys. It is different with your team, and we're just so excited to hopefully be able to connect again at ISTE, and look forward to seeing you soon.
Same here. Very thankful and just so happy to be part of this community and to have Wakelet really kind of be that forefront of, like I said, of the platform that really has sparked so many other creations that Alex and I have been creating. So, and to be able to work with Alex in this capacity to be able to create and use Wakelet, I couldn't be happier. And so I just thank you for allowing us to be here today to share our passion about this platform and everything that we've created within.
No, thank you. And I've just seen Beth's comment come through there. She just said this information helps take the next step with Wakelet at school. I did a collaborative one for PLCs, and these ideas are so much more engaging. So you're helping educators like Beth inspire and grow those ideas and sort of push Wakelet further as well. So that's great to hear, Beth. We're so happy that you've gained some inspiration from this session. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you, Lois. Thank you, Alex. And we'll see you all very soon. Remember to fill out that certificate form and we'll send you all of those resources as well. But for now, we'll see you on the next webinar and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Everyone.